We've lost contact with North America's 4th Air. Are there any survivors from the 3rd? They're engaged in battle. The 2nd and 4th Armored Divisions are in retreat.
How long must we wait in the shadows? Why won't they launch the Fighting Thunders?
Emergency contact from the Army.
Hey, Raiden! Did you hear that? It took a while, but finally we received the attack. We must reduce damage as much as possible.
I'm forwarding you the information. Please confirm before beginning munition. Do you hear me, Raiden? We're still surveying the enemies, so please head straight to the scene.
There doesn't appear to be many enemies coming to the suburbs, but you can't be negative. Remember, shoot them before they shoot you. Max, you're aware of it, but it's the first time to witness contamination of this level with these kinds of massive weapons. Honestly, I don't know what will happen, so be careful.
I'm sending you the information on the enemy. No contaminations from surface weapons have been confirmed in the area. This would be aerial combat, so please act as such. The 18th Mechanist Infantry are engaged in blocking the advancement of the enemy ships into metropolitan areas. It is unclear how long they can maintain the campaign, so please hurry to the goal. The speed of enemy destruction is high. Neither the plane nor the pilot has been damaged in the conflict. We will be entering the metropolitan area very soon. The enemy in that area is being mocked up by the 2nd and 4th Armored Division. Please quickly pass through it and aim for the other side.
Hold on. This is too much for defense corps to handle on their own. Descend and pursue the destruction of the target.
Captain, is that really necessary? The stations have all been evacuated, and most of the enemy weapons have been destroyed.
That may be so, but I'm sure the retreating people will do what the coffee will. We won't hurt the hell out of them.
I'm getting a response from Raiden. Numerous enemies have crossed the defense lines and invaded the metropolitan area.
You heard it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to respond appropriately on strike.
The number of enemies destroyed has been confirmed. It seems that some enemies on the ground have survived. I'm requesting help from the 2nd and 4th Armored Divisions. Enemy aircraft is flying between skyscrapers. Please be careful.
Be careful, I said. Do you have any better advice for me?
I believe it's the captain's role to give advice. Have any advice for me?
Make sure you don't hit the building.
Battleships are approaching. Dark. There are vessels leaving from the ship.
something so huge is being contaminated. But I gotta say, the mission was well accomplished.
Excellent job.
Well, I'd like to relax over a coffee now, but it seems that's not possible. What's the report, Ishiri?
We have received contact from the Middle East range. It appears to be a high crystal response within the Pacific of latitude 18 degrees north and longitude 60 degrees east. The same energy response as the physical ocean.
In other words, there's been another annoying contamination. Unfortunately, you'll have to refuse the invitation to tonight's party.
There's a ton of anti-racist activities, but it appears that there has been much flooding response. These people are subdued.
Their attacks seem perfectly efficient. Maybe there's some sort of unified strategy.
There are no SOS calls from the team. Was everyone able to evacuate?
All I know is that I have permission to attack them without hesitation.
Why are you always so hostile? Is that because you're military man?
That's what I said. What do you think, Syria? You're a military.
You're so mean. Your destruction rate is pretty low. Captain, you weren't very efficient out there. I'm sure there's no problem with the plan. Raid the valley and proceed without going over the cliff. Why have you chosen to strengthen my situation?
I won't jump to conclusions yet, but I sense that those crystals have advanced intelligence.
No way! Even if they had any, it could only be simple behavioral patterns like that of message.
And rely on the words of scholars. Let's just be cautious for now.
Enemy response eliminated. Please maintain command.
Enemies will start gathering soon. Gotta rush through.
Bellwether will head later. Exercise caution because Raiden is unscathed. It's perfect up to here. The data analysis from Raiden is complete. What are these numbers?
Hurry up and report.
There's crystal reaction from the cave, but no contamination has been detected from other than the rocks.
So it's a cave surrounded by crystals. Isn't that a promising cave for the future? Man, give me a break.
But to have contamination in the cave?
I guess the cave's being Well, we'll have to ask it to come out and play.
The enemy is transforming and the energy level is increasing. Please be extra. Enemy deactivated. Watch out for explosions. Found a path to exit out into the sky. Please make a vertical ascent and evacuate at once.
Excavating. I think we can assume now that they haven't... Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm heading towards the Wind's shipping port. It's private port, and it also actually carries out repairs and maintenance for BCD.
Bellwether will head there immediately to complete patrolling secure surrounding airspace before heading toward the sea. Transmission has come in from the council.
It's been a long time, Captain Maxwell. Why is Bellwether heading toward Windsport?
Ah, Miss Helga Lindbergh. Pleasant to hear from a woman who must be so busy working for the council.
Thanks for being so considerate. Although I'd be even happier if you didn't increase my workload. Why did you change the course of Bellwether? I'd also like an explanation for the SOS call to the port in the name of BCD.
Well, that's...
Captain, I've confirmed multiple contaminated weapons here at Windsport.
Good. Quickly mop up the port enemy's base. Yes? Oh.
Yes, you tell me all about it when you have time later.
Captain, you issued an SOS call to the port. Did you know that the enemy...
I came up with a hypothesis while retrieving the crystals in the cave, so I made the call just in case.
The port enemy has nearly unhooded. We will continue with the review to increase the Your vital meter is decreasing. Increase the focus release.
west from there and you'll arrive in no time. Hurry! We're heading there too.
Seems like you missed quite a lot of enemies. I know you're tired from all the fighting, but please hurry ahead to Michelle Place. Captain, you mentioned that you knew they'd have...
Yeah. My hypothesis was unfortunately correct. All these crystals might be advanced life forms that could mutually communicate.
They look like jewels, but are actually intellectual.
You see, they were obviously mining those crystals in that cave in those circles. I assumed that by us taking away their crystals, they'd come back through advantage.
Well then, why don't you report to the Weapons Development Division and the Council and ask for an analysis?
There will be years of meeting if you ask for help from scientists and politicians. Showing them the results is the quickest way.
Excuse me, but that remark is one that ignores civilian control. Your remark and conduct are worthy of a military tribunal.
Well, in that case, tell them you were forced by the captain.
Contaminated weapons. Below. It's coming out from the water. Its arms are opening up. The roof is transformation.
Well, anyways, I'm glad we've won. We can't leave the crystals like this. We better head to the French LHC or else we'll be chased forever.
Do you hear me, Raiden? We're being forced by the captain to head towards France after withdrawal.
want to stand out too much on this mission. You will fly close above the sea and the ground from the LHC.
I'm getting responses to contaminated weapons in the command area. Raiden, I need you to proceed and destroy them. We're getting close to Sidonia Falls. Blend into the water qualities. I'm sorry for ruining your coffee time, Captain, but there is a transmission.
Oh? Madam Windworm from the Council. I'm surprised you've already caught on.
It's not the Council. It's from the weapons technology. I will connect you.
You forget that we're at war while you're carefree with your coffee. How about paying attention to your role as the captain of Bellwether, cutting-edge aircraft carrier?
Bellwether of the Weapons Development Division performed wonderfully. It would really be helpful if you could improve the feel of the seat and coffee as well.
And go on a walk with these precious aircraft.
I'm not obliged to inform you, technical officer.
You think I'm some kind of normal technical officer? Without me, Raiden and Bellwether wouldn't be around. This whole war with the crystals depends on me. I guess it's difficult for someone like you who judges people on ranks to understand.
Oh, I apologize. The transmission will be temporarily shut off since the ship will be entering the pneumatic storm. I will contact you when time.
Member of the Weapons Development Division, huh? I knew the name, but didn't know how annoying it would be.
Enemy destruction speed is great. Please keep up the good work. We will be approaching the LHC facility very soon. I'm getting a contamination response on my way. Captain, multiple contaminated weapons are invading the LHC facility.
Was it brought to our crystals? How did they get here before we did? Respond to the enemy in the air, Bellwether. Annihilate the enemies that have invaded the LHC facility, right? They've made quite an invasion, and they've done it in an organized formation. They have a commanding officer or something?
A commander among the crystals? That's pretty cool.
I was speaking hypothetically. There's no doubt that there must be some core that's giving orders.
More enemies are approaching from the facility.
Right. Protect the central facility. Sorry, but we're occupied here. help us take out the remaining enemies in the sky.
You've let too many enemies escape. I know it's a tough mission, but please hang in there. Now help us up in the sky.
They just keep appearing. Could it be that they understand war strategies?
The high energy response is approaching the sky above the facility.
Don't let it near the LHC facility.
The enemy has arrived in the sky above the LHC. Please don't let them invade any further. The enemy has invaded into the LHC facility.
Fire! Pursue it and destroy it by any necessary means. Without destroying the LHC facility.
Captain, emergency contact from the deck. Surveillance is in force sorting. Message from the second storage room. The crystals were snatched by someone. The surveillance plane that stole crystals just now is heading towards the northeastern sea.
The objective is unclear. The recovery is top priority, so hurry and pursue it. Nothing will come by carrying away the crystals. It must have been planned since they penetrated the bellwether and carried them away, right?
A transmission from an unregistered identification code. Captain, how should I proceed?
Cut into the VCD military line, so it may not be unrelated to this matter. Why don't you connect to them?
I am honored that the drunk part of mankind is chased as this. This is Valbarossa Hawk. You've heard of it.
But Pirate Barbarossa was the one who stole the crystal.
I heard that attacking the army was a hobby of yours, but I never knew you were a thief. Are you having trouble making up?
An incompetent person who can't even take care of contaminated weapons is going to treat me like a thief? Just remember that I'm getting paid tomorrow.
Oh. You get money for those crystals.
You're way too much information. You sound pretty innocent, but I guess I shouldn't underestimate you. I'm in a contract and can't say much, so let's just put it this way. The more disputes, the more.
You're embarking crystals? You've been attacking the army for the last few years, but now you're looting crystals?
No. I don't understand what a pirate would be thinking. Here's this.
in the optimal state for eliminating the enemy. Please keep it up. Another external transmission this time? Yeah. It's from the Weapons Development Division.
It appears that the crystals have been taken by someone. This is an inexcusable mistake, Captain.
We're sharp ears as usual. We're doing all we can to recover them. They're hard to regain, considering it seems to believe that
Sink? There's no way that can be allowed. Those are valuable. More importantly, Bellwether's mission is not to play tag with bandits. You should leave the recovery mission to other squads to prepare for battle with contaminated weapons.
unfortunately we don't turn the other cheek. Don't listen to the rumors, Captain. Please return to your important research task. The people doing the desk work are so careful. No, we're not.
Fighting thunder and pirate.
We public officials are gentle on citizens, but it's the VCD's policy to be tough on those who fail to pay their taxes.
I'm also nice to citizens, but hate soldiers. I'm seriously thinking about it now. BH wouldn't be famous if it ended with this.
It is with a bomb, is that alright? Raiden will be in danger too if you overlook pirates.
Alright, we're ready. Be it the cherished treasure of mankind or whatever. You come at me, and sorry, but we're going to destroy you.
It's like the strength of an army. The army won't be able to defeat it.
This isn't the time to be moved. It's not the contaminated weapon. It will also have to be seriously engaged. I'm sure you understand.
That I underestimated the strength of this people. But I still have to see her when I turn her on. What? I can't control the weapon. Why is it being contaminated by the crystal?
A high-energy crystal response from the enemy damage. Stolen crystals are mutating into the contaminated state. The crystals are absorbing the power of the damage. The potential to circle high-power weapons is high. Exercise caution. Enemy formations. The energy level is increasing.
Sorry, but it's not over. There's still something else in that. Moron said he wouldn't contaminate, but look at this! I suspected something the moment I heard that obnoxious name shift.
The enemy battleship and J-Craft weapons have been completely stolen.
You know, I would like to talk to you about various things. When you come to our ship, Mr. Valorant.
You'll abide by the proper etiquette if you're going to invite me.
You're a lady, Barbarossa?